And I don't get colds actually now. I take homeopathy. I actually don't have colds, but because I'm protected by what I have most of the time and by the build-up in my body. But that is something that I take. And what I would do is I'd undo it, and then I would pop one in there, and then I'd throw that into my mouth, so there's no contamination. And you put the top back on. That's how you do it. Well, we all have had something in life that has been perhaps very distressing. People have parents die when they're quite young, and generally people don't realise how terribly traumatic that is to a child. Now, a homeopath will pick up on that, and she'll perhaps start looking at how much the symptoms are coming from that sorrow and pain that the person has had at a very young age. You know, you have things like that happen. You can go on for 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden something will happen and remind you of that event, and there is a certain amount of sorrow then. If it hasn't been cleared and it doesn't go away, you can get quite sick with it after a bit. I have something that gives me relief if I'm feeling sorrow for bereavement, and I have a tablet that I can take for that. It's absolutely extraordinary. Well, it's worth a try, isn't it? It is worth a try, I think. Once people take it, they have to take the first step. And because people complain so much about their medication, what it does to them, the terrible side effects they have, you would think really that they go for something else. And the problem is that sometimes when people do take homeopathy, because it hasn't worked first time around, it hasn't worked within 3 days or something, they mistrust it. And that's quite strange, isn't it? Because people will have things like antibiotics for years and years. They'll go back to the doctor and keep going back and having it. And they seem to trust it then. Yeah. But they have such a mistrust of anything else. So that when you first go to see a homeopath, it's very unlike seeing a doctor. It's like having psychotherapy in a way. The homeopath will actually ask you very personal questions about yourself, which you don't have to answer, but it's helpful to her so that she knows the kind of person you are and what you've suffered in life, or how your life has been. What people don't realise, and doctors don't seem to realise, is that we're made of mind, body and spirit, or some people call it soul. You know, we're not just bodies. And it's not like, you know, you take a car to be repaired and it has a part in it, and you take the part out and you put another part in, and it goes beautifully for ages. The human beings aren't like that. Treatment has to be matched to the person, and it depends on a lot of things. It depends on whether you're fair, whether you're dark, whether you like the cold, whether you like the heat. There are thousands of remedies. Such a pity that, you know, there is at the moment you can go to your doctor and you can get homeopathy paid for. It's costing me a lot of money to keep well, which I can't really now afford. But on the National Health Service, I understand now that there are certain doctors who are trying to close the homeopathic hospitals, and we have 5 of them. And they will also do away with any help in funding. I'm quite relaxed with it now, and I would recommend it I recommend it to everybody. It is a wonderful thing. It really is a wonderful thing. If I could give a gift to the world, I'd give them homeopathy.